Assalamualaikum and welcome to another episode of Zealfit TV. Today we are going to review the new Eleiko XF80 Light Rack. Okay, first of all, I need to mention that this light rack belongs to another customer, so he has allowed us to assemble it. So if you want to watch the unboxing and the assembly of the XF80's light rack, I'll put the link inside the description. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to try the rack by doing some squats, and then I'll do a bench using the zero and see how this rack stacks up against me, which is not saying much. Maybe I shouldn't wear my Crocs. Yeah. Okay guys, I'm using the Eleiko rack bar here. The reason I'm using a rack bar because the place where the bar meets the J-cup has no knurling. So essentially I'm protecting the customer's J-cup for the purpose of this video. Anyway, you can see that even with a slight move, the rack is moving. So I think this is something that you need to get used to if you get the XF80 rack. I think it's similar with the classic squat stand, which is probably even worse because it's lighter and it's flimsier than the XF80 Light Rack. But it's not a big deal in my opinion. Okay, for this second set, I've added 20 more kilos. That's not much by any stretch of the imagination, but that's all I can do. In any case, for this second set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to slam into the light rack and see whether or not it tips over or if it moves. Probably I wouldn't do any squat, but doesn't make any sense. How's that? Does that accurately demonstrate whether or not the light rack is sturdy enough? Let me try it again. Okay. How is it? What do you guys think? Okay, I wasn't happy with the 60 kgs, so I'm going to do, my math is really bad, plus another 30, so it's 90. It's 90 kilos, all right? Yeah. So there will be some movements. I think this is expected. We had one XF80 half rack hybrid before, and if you buy those kind of racks, of course, obviously it won't move. And if you see, I don't know whether you can see it, but we have the XF80 rig, which is bolted to the floor and also to the wall. Those kind of setup, you won't get any movements. So that's something for you to consider whenever you are using the XF80 Light Rack. Of course, safety is paramount. This thing is perfectly safe. I'm 100% sure of it. It's just that this is something that I feel that before you make a purchase, you should know that this is the behavior of the XF80 Light Rack. Okay? So we'll move on to the bench using the seal row. FYI, the rack is not heavy enough that it won't move if I just push it just even a little bit, as you can see right here. But it is stable. It doesn't feel like it's gonna topple all the way back. All right, let's put some weights on this and see what happens. Oops. All right. Okay. I don't think that, no wait, you can't see me. I don't think that there's reason to worry about the rack falling over. I don't think it will, right? It's pretty heavy. The rack is actually almost 90 kgs, so it's pretty sturdy. And once you put the safety arms on the rack itself, so it puts more weight on the front, and I am confident that this is more than stable and for any weight range. Let's talk about the XF80 Light Rack for a sec. Number one, as you can see, this is how tall it is. It's actually 180 cm, so obviously I'm shorter than that. So for average person's height, I think this rack would serve well enough for majority of people. Yesterday we had one of a customer who is 6 feet high, and basically when we asked him what would his squat setup be, so it's somewhere around here, so the J-cup will be around here. That means that if you are 6 feet high, 6 foot, English is always difficult for me. In any case, if you are that tall, then chances are that you'll still be able to utilize the XF80 Light Rack. But if you're like, I don't know, The Rock, so he's like 6'7", if I'm not mistaken, so he'll probably be that tall, and I don't think, so his J-cup will be right here. So I don't think that this rack would work for somebody that height. Okay. In terms of the holes, I can't remember the measurements. You can check it out on the Eleiko official promo video for the XF80 Light Rack. I'll put the link in the description. It's close enough together. So this is different than what you would find on the XF80 rig system, which is quite far apart. So if you are pedantic about it, which I think a lot of powerlifters are, they prefer to have like minute adjustment to the height, so that it fits into their bench technique, bench form. So this is good. This is better than the XF80 rig. I believe for the XF80 half rack hybrid is also the same. So the spacing between the holes are smaller. Other than that, it's a pretty basic setup. What you get with this XF80 Light Rack is the other J-cups, and that's it. If you want to get the accessories that comes with the XF80 system, you can get the the safety arms, which, hold on, I'll get it for you. So this is the version 1 safety arm that we have in the showroom, and it's usable with any XF80 rack system, but okay, let's just be careful when putting this in. Again, I don't want to scratch. Let's just put it at 15. I don't want to scratch the rack, but inevitably it will be scratched at one point. Okay, so you can just, okay, wait a minute. That's right, this thing, you cannot handle it with, manja-manja. There you go. Okay, so you can add the safety arms to the light rack. Other things that you can add, I'll be right back. Is the dip module. Okay, so I'm going to put it at the back of the rack and let you see how it looks like. By the way, Eleiko uses magnetic pins, which is pretty cool, so it's easy to take out and slot in. All right, let me see. Okay, same type of mechanism. Slowly, gently. There we go. And yeah, there you go. And this is the dip module. Other things that you can add are the Glute Developer. So it attaches to in between the uprights, and it has a padding. I want to bring it here, but I've asked my members and none of them would ever use it. I'm actually getting the weight pins. So one of the customers said that, okay, if I buy this rack, where do I rack the weights? Okay, so I bought the weight pins. Can go right here, and you can rack your weights here, and it should give you more stability on the rack. But I cannot definitively guarantee that at this moment because I don't have it and I haven't tested it. So once we have it, hopefully our light rack will come together with it, and we will do another video on that as well. But in any case, you can just go to eleiko.com and look under rigs and fitness attachment. Anything that can fit onto the XF80 rack can be fit onto this light rack. Of course, don't talk about pull-up system because you don't have a cross member at the top of the light rack, so that's not something you can do. However, if you want to do a pull-up, I think you can just put the J-cup as high as possible and then just do a pull-up from using the bar, and then you can just do your pull-ups. Okay, so it is a very versatile system, a very versatile rack, and if I'm being honest, the price point is absolutely perfect, right? The base unit itself is not very expensive, although the add-ons might increase the price, but you get almost everything that you ever need for a home gym. And the space that it takes, I should have measured it before mentioning it. So let me just get back to you and just measure the whole space that it covers. Wait, just hold on. Okay, so I've measured the length and width. It's basically, all right, this is 120 and this is 126. Okay, so it's not a lot of space that you need to have this rack. However, if you put a barbell, then the width becomes the length of the barbell, which is 220 cm. It fits in probably most rooms, especially in Malaysia. So it is something that I think is an advantage for having such a small system that's built for multi-purpose use. I want to show you how the rack holds up when doing dips. But I'm going to move the dip module over here because I don't want to show you my behind. Okay, so let me just take out the safety arms and put the dip module over on this side. All right. All right, so I have moved the dip module over on this side, but now I have to take out the bar for a while. FYI, since the last video I mentioned about my weight, I'm still the same. It's 115 kgs. So that should give an indication of how well this thing can support my weight. Ooh, okay. It's a little bit shaky. I'm a little bit shaky. Okay, I have a better individual that can actually do dips than I can. So this is Kide, and he will demonstrate. How much do you weigh?
78.
Okay, so he's 78, and let's see if the light rack actually shakes. So it still shakes. Or maybe, can we just use it on the other side and see whether it makes a difference? Or we do it from this side. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay? So we'll be right back. We'll just move the dip module again, and then we'll do the dips once again. We've moved the dip module on the side of the light rack. So Kide is gonna do dips again. I'm not going to hold the rack. What I notice here is that now both uprights are shaking. Just now when we put it right here, only this upright was shaking, but this I noticed wasn't moving. Test number 3 for the dips. Okay, Kiri will demonstrate again. This seems to be a lot more stable than the other 2 positions. Okay, there is a little bit of sedikit tidak puas hati. That means, I don't know what it's called in English. I'm not satisfied. So I discussed with Kiri again, and we looked at the physics of it all. And here's what we came up with. Number 1, I did not tighten the screws on the base plate, so I tightened it up a little bit, so it made some minute difference in terms of the vibration. So now I'm just going to show you which is the optimal position to do dips on the XF80 Light Rack. And okay, so Kiri, if you can help me out here, just hold the mic for me, please. Yes. Okay. Now, this is on the outer side of the light rack, right? So look what happens. Can you see that? At my weight, I can just tilt this thing over. So this is probably not the best side for you to do dips. If it's not obvious to you, so it wasn't obvious to me before this until we tried it out. So let's just change it to the inside, because we think that this is the better position to put the dip module. Okay, so let's just see. It's more stable. Okay. There you have it. That is our short review of the XF80 Light Rack. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you think we haven't covered everything, do let us know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, put it down there, man. And I usually answer all the questions. If it takes me a while, so don't worry, I will get back to you, inshallah. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe it right now. And don't forget to turn on the notification button. And if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We really appreciate it. Okay, that's it. That's it from us for this week's Zealfit TV episode. I hope to see you in the next one, inshallah. Bye.